Hi guys, thanks for watching today. My name is Elliot Forbes and this is episode number 18 of the Elliot Answers Show. If we're just meeting, my name is Elliot Forbes, a male grooming specialist based in London. So the Elliot Answers Show is a show where you ask me questions and I answer them. Problems that you're having with your hair, tips that you want with styling it, or how you think you should have your hair cut, I'm here to help. So today's question is, trying to grow my hair and beard out, getting a trim next week, tips. Any pics I can show my barber or other thoughts? Thanks. Right, so if we look at this haircut, and the beard as a whole, it kind of does look a little bit unkempt. It looks like it could do with a bit more maintenance to look after it. But I would say actually if you covered over the beard and then looked at the hair, I think actually this is looking really quite nice. I think a lot of guys today would actually be trying to achieve something very similar to what we've got through here. And if you look at the silhouette that you've got from the side, actually you can see that the front length of the front is actually just a little bit longer and then it slopes backwards, and actually it doesn't look bulky towards the crown at the back there. It looks as though it's been previously cut into a very nice shape. Even having the extra length at the back where it sits there works very nicely at the moment, I would say. Actually, it doesn't look like it's got so long that it's mullety or that it looks excess or looks really heavy. It's not the case. So actually I think that works really well with it. And I think this is a case of people growing their hair out and thinking that, oh, I need to have a trim, or I need to really sort of have my hair cut, have my beard cut and do everything to really change my look and keep it back in. But actually I think the only thing I would say with it is actually by trimming the beard. I think by trimming the beard, that would make a massive difference as to how the appearance of the whole look is for myself. If you look at the beard, there's so much width in through the sides and through there that actually that needs slimming down. You can see that this looks like the beard has almost reached its peak length. Now beards do have an optimal length that they get to, and that's where they sit the strongest. And you can see through here at the bottom where it's face on, actually it goes down on sort of center left and down center right. Then there's a gap in the middle, and realistically that's all weak. And if you would take that off and square that up, that's then where you'd sit with the most amount of strength. It would have an awful lot of fullness and it would look great. And beards do have a maximum length really that they get to before it then starts getting weak, starts getting see-through, and the density and the thickness really changes. And I think with this now, it's reached that. So actually by bringing that back up to the level where it's sort of the center gap is, and then flattening that off through there, I think that would then make a massive difference to that. Now I would say actually you don't want to go super clean and super sharp with this, because I don't then think it would be in keeping with the whole haircut or the whole look as a general, especially if you're growing that hair out. The only thing I would say to do with the hair is probably you see on the side view where the sideburn area sits really heavy and sits really dark and thick through there. I think that could be reduced down, so by pulling that back and then trimming them down, obviously the barber or the hairdresser knows what they're doing with that. So by taking the weight out through the sideburn area, going through the top, what you can do is texturize through that top, take a little bit of weight and a little bit of bulk out, but bearing in mind not to take too much out, because it's still actually quite short in through the front, and you don't want to take it too short, because once it gets longer, that's then when it's got the weight, and that's then when it will start to sit down with a bit more flatness as opposed to the volume. Obviously the shorter the hair is, the more volume a hair gets, because it's easier for it to sit up. So once that then gets longer and has the weight and the length for it to sit back, that's when it will start sitting down a bit more. So actually I think the look that's going on here at the moment is actually great. Just the slight refinement that I would say with the beard, that'll make a massive difference. And I would say keep growing it out. I would say you probably another month you could do without having a haircut really. By that point then I would think the back is probably going to look a little heavy and it's going to feel as though it is coming down and feeling quite mullety. But until that point I don't think it's it's not drastically needed at all. So a tip for trying to keep this hair under control whilst it is growing out and whilst it is got quite a bit of volume in through the front and doesn't quite sit back fully, I would make sure to use quite a bit of conditioner in through the hair. So you could actually put this in obviously at the end of the shampoo, and maybe not rinse it out completely, so that it still has a bit of that weighting through there, and then by having the extra weight from the conditioner, that will then be able to weigh it down so it can sit back a little bit more. You're then looking after the hair all day long, especially in this type of weather. With it now being colder, the heaters or the aircon units, they're stripping all the moisture out of the air. So by having some conditioner in there, or some leave-in conditioner, that's then going to help and continue to nourish the hair and keep the moisture locked in. Thanks a lot for watching today, guys. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me a message. All my social media channels, they're all going to be on here and then linked down below. If you've enjoyed that video today, smash the like button and click subscribe as well. Have a brilliant day. Much love, Elliot.